Hey everybody. All right. I'm going to share with you a little something here today. Um, as far as spare parts go for brick building, I'm very OCD about organizing my stuff. Now, I had just gotten a bunch of 2 bags of spare parts from AliExpress and just poured them out and separated them. And in those 2 bags were these 5 characters, 5 little figures. Now, these 2 are duplicates. So, now I don't know what any of these are from. So, I don't know if they're from games or if they're from cartoons or movies, but that's what they are. You got this little guy here, these 2 little guys, this little weird one. And then you got this one with the whip. So, if you know what any of these characters are from, please let me know in the comments. Now, as far as parts itself, as you can see, I got this big, huge bin that's filled with stuff I already had, plus what I just poured in there from AliExpress. And I also have all this stuff. So these 2 little street pieces, this, which I found out is a very valuable piece to have. So I'm glad I got that. Then I had this thing. I don't know what this is, or you could use it as storage or whatever, I guess. But yeah, it's a nice little container. So yeah, I have that, and then I have this bag of yellow flat pieces that go to these. But yeah, I've got a lot to sort out. But as far as sorting out, this is how I do it. I get these divider containers, and that's how I divide my parts. Or I use, things like these containers for the large pieces. So, and also from the AliExpress bags, I got these parts, which I was kind of surprised with. Came with this little piece, this little thing here for the horse, and then it came with this thing. So I've got a lot of different unique things to use for building different things now. So, and as far as that, I will start doing that kind of thing later once I get everything all organized. But yeah, but this is how I do it. This is how I organize my stuff. Little spare containers that I have, or stuff I buy from the dollar store, you know. But it helps to keep yourself organized, if you don't want to lose your pieces. So, but yeah. And then I have this container which has all my little weapons and everything. So, yep, it's got all my little weapons and stuff. So, and then I use things like this that I find at the dollar store for all kinds of stuff. So, this is how I do it. And this is the best way to do it for me. Now, if you have a different way of organizing your parts and stuff like that, let me know in the comments. I mean, as you can see, yeah, this is going to take me a long time to organize. I mean, this has all kinds of pieces, connect pieces, tiny little pieces, excuse me. I have wall pieces. So, I have all kinds of stuff in here. I even have these. So, so yeah. And I even have pieces like that. So, it's going to take a while to organize this. So, but believe me, I'll be able to build some cool stuff with all this. So, and yes, it's a lot of different colors. I even got clear stuff too. So that's going to be a big help. So yeah. So, but yeah, it's a process. But you know, I even have a container that has all my you know, itty bitty brick pieces. You know, the micro pieces. If my camera would focus, see, micro pieces. So I even have those separated out so I don't lose them. So I have one clear piece. So yep. So yeah. So if I ever get more micro pieces, I'll be able to organize that. But yeah, this is usually how I do it, so that I can find everything I need when I need it. I still got a lot of organizing to do, but yeah. You know, there's wands. I have a ton of these. I have a ton of wands, but I have to find a container that has them. But this is usually what I do. I usually separate them into containers, you know, so I can find the pieces I need when I need them. So yeah. So yeah, even, you know, I have all these separated out. So I have all these, but I'm going to probably separate those out even more once I get another container. Same thing with these. So, but that's pretty much how I do it, you know. And like I said, each container has different parts, you know, like this one has the small brick-looking walls. So I also have these weird-looking little bricks. So, and like I said, I have all this stuff organized so that I can find it when I need it. But yeah, and I even have these in different sizes. So, but that's it. That's, you know, I even, you know, separate out the heads, the torsos, the legs, the arms, the hands. I have all that all organized. You know, here's like the hands, the legs, torsos. I even have a little monkey that's missing its hand, his little feet. But, and I have skeletons, and I have this one here. So yeah, I have all that. So little heads. I even have a Doctor Who Dalek head. So, but that's exactly what I do. So it makes it easier for me to find the things. So, but if you have an easier way to do this, then please let me know, because I've got all this that I have to deal with. So, all right, everybody. So, yeah, it's, you know, organize yourself so that you can be able to find your parts that you need when you need them, and your life will just be a whole lot easier. So, It's going to take me a long time to separate this stuff, but, you know, in the end, it'll be a lot easier to find the stuff I need when I need it. And so, I even have a couple of these little wheel things for vehicles. So, it's going to be fun separating all this because I'll get to see what I have. So, but yeah. And this here, this has wall pieces, roof pieces, and, you know, pieces like this. So, yeah. So, but yeah, this is this is pretty well as organized as I can get, you know. I mean, look at this. I even have the roof shingles and everything all organized. Windows, the glass, shutters. So, yeah, everything's pretty much organized. All right, everybody. I will see you in the next one. And hopefully by the time I do the next one, all this will be organized. So, wish me luck, everybody. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, share, and like, comment. Everything helps the channel. All right, everybody. I love y'all, and I'll see you in the next one.